Sometimes you encounter this strange situation. You love the team, but you don't like the fans. Well, here is a case of one loving a team, but you will love the fans even more. I'm talking about Japan and their fans. In 2018, as well as in 2022, after the end of their FIFA World Cup match, the Japanese fans calmly and collectively started picking up rubbish and they cleaned the stadium. This act has given them universal appreciation from FIFA for every people, and also they are proving to be the ideal role models of how to be as fans in a major sporting event. But the bigger question is, why do the Japanese do it? It all comes from their upbringing, as well as a very religious angle and the simple practical things that exist in everyday life. These pictures where you see orderly the fans are just taking up garbage and throwing it in plastic bins, and also looking at it, they carry their own trash and they dump it into the nearest dustbin. Such role model fans of a country are few, and that is why Japan is different from the rest of the globe. I will come to the instance as to why they do it. Number one, their very upbringing. Do you know that in Japan, cleaning is part of the daily curriculum and schedule of all school children for 12 years? After the end of their classes, the announcement is made that there will be a cleaning session. So children and also young schoolgoers and college goers are all assembled and they are given a task to clean. Not just from the school level, it also goes into bigger things as well. Corporate offices organize street cleaning events. Neighborhoods organize street cleaning events, and it is from this that children, men, women of all ages, they participate very, very actively in this. The first step in proper inculcation of these values begins from the school age itself. For 12 years, it is ingrained daily, and that is why you see Japan as a society knows the value of hygiene and cleanliness. The second, if we have to say, comes from religion. Shinto Buddhism and Zen Buddhism are really prevalent in Japan. And Shinto Buddhism in particular practices this form of cleanliness called kegare. Now the Japanese term for the word kegare is impurity, but this impurity word is nailed upon the fact that it can cause broader harm. Shinto Buddhism clearly states that if one person is impure, then it can cause cataclysm for the entire society, and the ritual cleansing process takes a lot of time. That is why from a very early start, ensure that kegare is not followed. And this kegare principle has been adhered to simply because to avoid impurity at every single step. And Shinto Buddhism also preaches one very important aspect. Shinto Buddhism states that cleanliness is an act of meditation as well. If you meditate, you get inner peace. If you are clean, if you practice cleanliness, you are next to godliness. You must have heard it in many of the school anthems that the principals always say, cleanliness is next to godliness. It comes from the same Shinto school of Buddhism that Japan preaches. The third, if you have to look at it, why do Japan and the Japanese people clean every single day? You have to understand the climate. Japan is slightly humid and tropical, so having a bath was practical. If you do not have a bath, in a tropical and subtropical condition, disease will infest. Germs, bacteria will multiply. It can lead to general illness all throughout. And that is why the Japanese kept themselves very clean at every single point in time. Did you know that the early Europeans who came to Japan in the 16th century, they were appalled. They would see even the sewers were pristine clean, the toilets would be clean. The Japanese had a bath every day, whereas the Europeans would have a bath once in 6 months. That culture shock was too much for Europe to take. And that is the reason why the early ingraining of cleanliness is there in every Japanese citizen. Do you also know that in order for dust and soil erosion to not happen, they would regularly wash the streets and the roads on a daily basis? Order, hygiene is the way Japanese society is built on. And it's relevant even here. Now, generally, when you go for all these rock concerts, there would be trash thrown around, right? Well, the Japanese carry litter bags so that they can put their trash in their own litter bag, and where they find the nearest garbage dump, they can put it there. Cigarettes, normally you would throw the ash all over the floor, right? Well, they carry portable ashtrays so that you can dump it right in that ashtray. Money, when we exchange money, it becomes soiled or it becomes dirty, right? In Japan, if you give the money, you have to put it on a tray. The attendant will then take the money and then give it to you. That is the orderliness that is there, and the hygiene system that is in Japan is simply magnificent. The FIFA World Cup 2022 as well as 2018 gave a big demonstration of why Japan and their fans are a role model for the rest of the world. If sushi, anime cartoons can get inculcated over a period of time, I am sure this aspect of Japan can be ingrained in a big way, and the world will be a much better place to live. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for the special explainer. We'll be back with more updates from sports today. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thank you.
32 countries, 8 groups and 7 past champions. As they come together to compete in the biggest prize in the world, watch all the latest highlights, analysis and interesting quizzes on Sports Today. Don't forget to subscribe.